going to be a tutorial on this colorful, smoky, vampy, honestly don't know what I'm going to call this look yet. I really love like purples and burgundies and reds and pinks on the eyes. I don't know, I think it's beautiful. I have another look on my channel that has a lot of those kind of rich burgundies and reds and purples mixed together in them. If you click on this link, it should be over here, one way or the other. It'll take you to it. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is a little bit on the dramatic side. I was just feeling like doing something different. I am bored to death of the neutrals, so get ready for some glitter and rhinestones and colorful stuff in your near future. Hope you're down. If you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe if you have not. Check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. I'll have a new video up for you very soon, and I love you more than you will ever know. Bye. Alright guys, today we are starting off with a primer. As always, I am using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. You can use whatever you want, just make sure that you do prime. Use a concealer if that's all you have, just slap something on there. Just make sure you work it from lash line to brow bone. And then I'm going to go in with vanilla eyeshadow from MAC. I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush and just kind of set that primer that I laid down. Don't skip this step either, even if all you can use is a face powder that's the same color as your skin. We're going to go in with a lot of matte colors and a lot of bright colors, and this is going to help the blending process tremendously going forward. Then I'm taking Chickadee from Makeup Geek and Rule from MAC, and I'm just going to put this on the outer corner of the eye and the inner corner of the eye. This is a halo smoky eye, so the motions of what we're doing are exactly the same the whole way through. You're just going to change the color, and as you change the colors and they get darker, you're going to change the size of your brush. The brushes are going to get smaller. That never changes with any eye look that we do, as we all know. But yeah, just make sure you get that color on the inner corner and the outer part. Use small deposits of color at a time. It's way easier to add more than to take away. And just slightly move that color up and towards the center. You don't want the colors to actually connect, well, excuse me, with your first color you do. You do want them to slightly connect, but no other colors are going to connect like this. And the connection between the two needs to be very faint compared to the depth of the color on the inner and outer corner. Then I'm going to take Red Brick from MAC. You can use any orange eyeshadow that you have. And I'm just going to take a smaller brush. It's from Sigma. I can't remember the name. I'll leave all the brush names down below. And you're just going to put this one lower than that original mixture of color you started off with. And you're going to take a smaller brush and you're going to take the color lower and a little bit more outward. So the darker the color, the closer to your tear duct it's going to get, or the closer to the outer part of your eye it's going to get. You really want to keep the lightness in the center. Once again, small deposits of color, blend upward slightly. You don't want the colors to connect. Go in with bigger brushes to blend the two together to make them nice and happy on that lid. And moving forward, you should have no problems at all. There is going to be a bit of footage cut out later, but just don't forget what I'm telling you now and you'll get through it, I promise. Then I'm taking Bitten from Makeup Geek. I would list a dupe, but I can't think of one. It's so unique and beautiful. And I'm taking a slightly smaller brush. You guessed it. We are going a little bit lower and a little bit more outward with that color, and we are not connecting them. You just want to keep the pressure on that brush extremely light. That's definitely going to help you not apply too much, and it's going to help. That basically allows the brush to do the blending for you if you don't press too hard on the brush. Once again, up, out, and we're blending it together with a bigger brush to make sure it's nice and seamless and happy on that lid. I never skip that step. Now things are going to get weird. You're going to take a little bit of a smaller brush and a purple eyeshadow. I'm using 2 AM from Sugar Pill, and you're just going to go a little bit lower with it than that Bitten that we just laid down, and you're also going to take it further out into the corners. Just like we've been doing this whole time, guys. You can do it. Just move a little bit down. You can stop right there if you want to, but if you want to add even more depth, and that's what I did. I took Carbon from MAC and an itty bitty pencil brush from Sigma, and I just lightly tapped the color on the very tear duct of my eye and the very outer color of the eye, and then I blended it together. Now I'm taking this NARS Dual Intensity eyeshadow. This is called Himalaya, I believe. I'll leave it down below if I'm incorrect either way. And a flat brush, and you're just going to pat this all over your eyelid, dead in the center of it. Excuse me. There's that hiccup. It comes every time. You definitely want to pat this. You do not want to swipe it. It's just going to give you more fallout. You want to keep it very centrally located, and you can even stop right here. This eyeshadow is a silvery purple tint, and I think it looks really pretty the way that it is, but we're going to do a little bit more. So I'm taking glitter glue from Too Faced on my finger and I'm lightly dabbing it on my eye. You do not want to use too much of this going forward because the texture of your lid will change and it's impossible to blend out. That's what happened on my other eye. Now I'm taking Sugar Pill's Lumi pigment, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful, amazing. Oh my gosh, I want to wear it every day and bathe in it. And I'm just going to press this lightly all over that glitter glue that we laid down. You can add a little bit of Fix Plus if you want to. It will give the eyeshadow, or excuse me, the pigment, a more metallic foiled look, but I wanted it to be really sparkly, so I didn't add much. Not adding Fix Plus to your brush or to the pigment will give you more fallout, but that's why we're doing our eyes first in this case. And then I just took a brush with no additional product on it just to kind of softly blend the outer corners of that Lumi together. Now I'm doing my liner. You do not have to do liner. You don't have to do lashes. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to, but I'm going to. And because I'm going to, I kind of have to do liner. My lashes are super stick straight and go straight down. And it's already difficult enough to hide a lash band from them as it is. So if I skip the liner, it's really bad. Just keep the line really thin. You don't want anything to obstruct the view of all the work that you've done. For mascara, I'm using this IT Cosmetics Super Hero, whatever it is. I don't know. It's great. It does help get my lashes up so the band is a little bit more inconspicuous. My lashes just, I don't know, they go the other direction, so I have to kind of mesh them together somehow. And for fall season, I'm going with Eyelure's number 126. They're really, really nice. You want to go in with something that does have some texture, but isn't so dense and thick that, like I said, you won't be able to see your eyes. I could have gone with something even thinner than this if I really wanted to, but you know, whatever. Just put the glue on the lashes. I let it get tacky for a minute, and then I took my tweezers and I just adjust them. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Then I'm going in with my Skindinivia face priming spray in the original formula just to get ready for everything else. And excuse the fake blood on this primer. I was just playing with some stuff the other day, but this is the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. I'm just going to put this in the area of my face that I get the most oily and or have the most texture on my skin. I love this primer. And then I'm taking my True Match it's just the regular True Match, Decay True Match foundation in the color N1 from Loreal, and I'm using a Sigma Kabuki brush. Sigma 3D Kabuki brush. I like this one especially when you've done your eyes and stuff already because the way it's shaped, it makes it really easy to get around your brows, get around your eyes, and it won't mess up any of your work. So I'm super, super into it. And I always blend out my foundation after I've gone in with the brush with a sponge. You don't have to, but I think that you should. Then I'm going to take this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in the color Light. I love this concealer. It is a little bit thicker than like say Pro Longwear or something like that if you're used to working with it. So you definitely want to lay it down with a brush first and then blend it out with a sponge. But it is so amazing. I literally put the smallest little splop of it on the back of my hand. And that little splop ended up covering underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my forehead, which is the areas I always highlight. So I'm in LOVE with this stuff. Sorry if throughout the video I'm bebopping around and lip syncing, but I was listening to music when I was filming today, which is something I genuinely never do for this reason exactly. What was I listening to on this day? I think I was listening to him. He is Legend, Deftones, Seosin, some Norma Jean, all that good stuff. If you guys want some rad music, I'll leave some links down below where you can find some. Find me on Spotify. I got some pretty cool playlists if I do say so myself. And if you guys have any dope music, let me know. I pretty much only listen to rock. There's some exceptions to that, but it's mostly rock. No Walmart rock, though. I do not need any links to any Nickelback songs. I am all set there. Anyway, so yeah, I laid down the concealer, blending it out with a sponge like always. And then off camera, I went ahead and baked my makeup using the RCMA No Color Powder. I just didn't feel like including it in the video. I feel like it gets repetitive, but just baking it. I will leave a link to a video all about baking here. And then I'm going to set the rest of my face with that same powder just on a brush. The RCMA No Color Powder is getting lots of love on YouTube, which is so funny because it's been around forever. It's been in my kit since I started doing makeup. It's great. I just need to use it right now because I'm so fair. I don't think anything is going to be light enough. Then I just kind of preemptively set my contour or right below where my contour is going to be. Speaking of contour, I used this face powder from MAC. This is Studio Care Blend powder. I believe it's in the color medium dark. I'm going to use this to contour and bronze today because I just want to add a little bit of color to the outer parts of my face, but not too much because it'll be way too muddy and dark and orange on me right now with me being this fair. So face powders to me are the way to go.
Then I went ahead and wiped away the RCMA powder with the brush. I wiped this away for a really long time, way longer than you see. And then I took that face powder again on a kind of fluffier powder brush just to act as like a makeshift bronzer, if you will. I think that face powders are definitely the way to go if you have fair skin in lieu of an actual bronzer. Unless you guys have really great recommendations for fair skin bronzers. I pretty much think I have most bronzers on the market that would be ideal for fair skin, but I still like this technique better than using an actual bronzer itself. Wow, that was a lot of bronzer talk. Now I'm just dusting away the underside of that contour, and I'm going to now move on to finish up my eye holes. I'm going to take Shroom from MAC, which is like a white kind of iridescent color to highlight the brow bone. I wouldn't skip this step if I were you because it's really going to brighten up that area and it kind of makes the colors in the rest of your eye pop. Then I'm taking that Rule slash Chickadee mixture on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to run this all underneath my eyes and connect the outer corner. You don't have to do your bottom lash line. I pretty much always do for the most part. And you can also adjust this as you want to. You don't have to take the orange all the way in. You don't take any colors all the way into the inner corner if you don't want to. But I really wanted it to be super smoky all the way around. So after the Rule, I went in with a push brush and I added that 2AM all the way from inner corner to outer corner. And I took some Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, it's called Perversion. Just to line the waterline. Once again, don't have to do that either, but I really wanted to add some black to the lash line because, and I'm smoking that out with more black shadow, by the way, because I wanted to ground it. Otherwise, all the reds around the eyes, especially me being this pale, will kind of make me look like a lab rat. So anyway, taking some more of that 2AM on a smaller brush, I'll leave the name of it down below, just to connect it and add a little bit more of a pop of purple in the outer corner. And then moving on to some bottom lash mascara for the same reason that I did the eyeliner, just to kind of create some separation and make it not too red down there. Just a little bit of depth will go a long way when working with these kind of colors. And obviously I have to headbang. So I'm going in with Exposed blush from Tarte. You guys have probably seen this a million times, one of my favorites, but it's particularly helpful today because it will give me a little bit of color on the cheeks, but it won't be too much because I already have enough going on. I think we can all agree. Then I'm taking Currant Lip Liner from MAC. You can use like Night Moth or something like that if you want to. But then I'm going to go in with Avenue lipstick from ColourPop, which is the most amazing, beautiful red color in the whole world. It's my new favorite of life. I can't be without it. And after that, you guys are done. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!